Okay, I think the Super Bowl is coming up, but I'm only kind of sure. I don't really follow football. I don't say that as like a flex or anything. I'm not trying to appear morally superior. My favorite sport is figure skating, and that fully destroys your body. I'm basically trading CTE for a crippling eating disorder and osteoporosis. I live in a glass house. Okay, side note real quick. I genuinely don't know why figure skaters have to be so skinny. I'm sure someone smarter than me will sound off in the comments, but every time I watch the Summer Olympics, I'm so aware that Simone Biles is so strong and has an 8-pack and jumps to heights never before possible. I'm just saying, maybe instead of waiting for the Summer Olympics, we should just hand her a pair of ice skates and watch magic happen and maybe change some body standards while we're at it. But those are critiques of a sport that I love. Football games are not my thing. When it comes to the Super Bowl, I really only watch it for the commercials, and those stopped being fun years ago. Remember when we used to get excited for the ads because they were fun and creative and original? Now I see a headline in January that's like, Danny DeVito announces he's retiring from acting to craft candy, and I'm just like, this is just going to be a Super Bowl ad. Just air the goddamn thing. I don't care anymore. This is so dumb. It seems ad agencies and brands have replaced fun and creativity with whatever celebrity is hot right now. And that's it. That's the commercial. I hate it. Not that you asked, but my favorite Super Bowl ad was the BMW Star Wars ad. No dialogue, no celebrity, just an adorable child trying to be like their favorite character, super relatable. We all did that as kids. And then he gets utterly freaked out by the power of the ultimate driving machine. That ad is perfect. No notes. We'll probably never get something like that ever again. Anyways, I am making this quick little video to remind you why creativity matters and why the brands and people behind ads should give a damn. And to demonstrate, I would like to revisit the worst Super Bowl ad from last year, one that caused Defector to declare Salesforce is using a hallucination to sell AI. That's right, it's a stupid Salesforce ad with Matthew McConaughey. Let's get to it. Okay, real quick, I'm going to break out my MBA for this because I really want to get that return on investment. Let's discuss what makes a good sales pitch. It's got to be short, it's got to be memorable, and let your audience know that it solves a problem. Maybe it's a problem they didn't even know they had, but as soon as they hear your short, memorable pitch, they should immediately be able to deduce that your product or service solves it. A great example of this is Steve Jobs introducing the iPod. He holds up the device and goes, 1,000 songs in your pocket. This is great. Already the audience is probably thinking of something like that giant stack of CDs in their living room or their car, and how great it would be to have all that in one little device on the go. The visual of 1,000 songs in your pocket is so good. You're going to remember that. So let's see how Salesforce, a company worth billions, introduces their service.
The booking app I used didn't have Agentforce, so an AI agent didn't know to move my reservations inside.
Hey. What?
The booking app I used didn't have Agentforce, so an AI agent didn't know to move my reservations inside.
So you're telling me that a bad AI made your reservation and now you're stuck with it? Forever? What restaurant would force someone to sit outside in the rain? Not just someone, Matthew McConaughey. Is it because the hostess saw tiptoes and decided to make him pay for it? That is not a problem. That has never been a problem. The problem is the sheer density of the line delivery that does not tell me what this service is or why I need it.
Booking app I used didn't have agents, so an AI agent didn't know to move my inside.
But wait, it gets stupider.
Or know what I like to eat, which is not that.
How would AI help? That is not how a restaurant works. A restaurant doesn't bring you food that you didn't order. Did AI order for you? Why would AI do that? That seems unhelpful and a terrible tool for a restaurant to rely on. Why would a restaurant rely on that in the first place? Okay, then Woody Harrelson makes fun of him, which is great. I do like that. By the way, the ad at no point lets us know if Woody Harrelson used the good AI to dine where everything is perfect. Maybe he just used his human brain and voice, who can really say? Then we get this text. Helps them how? How does it do that? No restaurant would ever seat someone outside in the pouring rain, and no customer would ever be okay with that. Why would a waiter bring the customer food they didn't order? This AI disaster only exists if humans lose the ability to talk, think, and have feelings.
It's what AI was meant to be.
We got you, brother.
What does that mean? AI was meant to be what? Useless? Superfluous? Causing unnecessary problems depending on which one you use? I think on a meta level, it does imply that AI on its own causes problems. And if you're going to use AI, you need their AI to solve it. And let's be real, the first part of that statement is very true. I had to Google to learn what Agentforce is supposed to be doing. You know what that answer is? Automating tasks. Tasks that are tedious, performed by humans, and can probably be programmed. What human, in the year of our Lord 2026, is painstakingly taking restaurant reservations by hand? OpenTable has existed for years, and it works. Also, if I may, the reason we have humans take our orders at restaurants, the nice sit-down restaurants, is because humans know the restaurant. They work there. They have tasted the food. They can recommend something to suit your palate. An AI cannot taste, and I certainly don't trust it to recommend dishes given how often it suggests adding glue. So this ad is a bust. It's creating a problem that it claims to have solved, even though you, dear viewer, could solve it yourself by simply saying words. And that's how the other ads are in the series too. Oh no, Matthew McConaughey and his AI tool are making his life a living hell? Too bad he can't tell the salesperson that AI was wrong. It'll shoot him then. So a question I had while watching this. Who is this for? It's not for individuals like you or me, those plebeians who have to make their reservations sans AI, like fools. It would appear that this ad and its siblings are targeted at very niche businesses, maybe. In that case, why is this a Super Bowl ad? Super Bowl ads have the broadest audiences on earth. That's why you get ads for Snickers and not some hyper-specific FDA-approved off-label medication to treat two simultaneously rare forms of ass cancer. Why did Salesforce spend all this money? They spent millions on these ads, millions more retaining Matthew McConaughey as some sort of creative advisor. For what? You and I can't use this tool. We can instead just use our voices. I don't know if this is the right conclusion, but I think capitalism has run out of things to advertise to us. And the result is ads for services that aren't designed for us, that we simply do not need. I can't be the only one tuning out during Super Bowl commercials because it's all the same slop. So this Super Bowl, I am predicting another boring round of celebrity-driven ads promoting some AI slop tool no one on earth has any business using. And I bet you and all your friends watching could take all of 7 seconds and come up with a better, more engaging pitch than those losers who make millions ever could. Anyways, if you need me, I'll be watching figure skating.